Time to come outside, please, gentlemen. Yeah, we can just get all our media just to give the boys a path just through to the entrance here, so we can get our photo opportunities done and dusted. But thank you all for coming this morning.
You taking the bella from me. Yeah. You taking the bella from me. Yeah. It's going to be on our side after this. Yeah. You're going to be on our side after this. Let's go. You're going to be on our side after this.
Thank you, guys. George and Devin, can we come outside, please, and just continue this photo opportunity? Pull them back.
Peace, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Undisputed Spirit. I'm your host, Romello Skuggs. I'm with my Boston compadre, Karl Williams Jr., aka K. Will. What's good, my brother?
What up, though? What's the word, man? What's the deal? Talking about this boxing.
You already know.
Man.
You already know how we do.
Yes, sir. Yes,
but
sir.
Before we start, I have to give a shout out to my brother Walt Dolla. He released the album this past Monday.
Yes.
Park Cafe.
Yes.
Go stream that. It's on all streaming platforms. It's a banger. I must say.
I know how they know how Walt Dolla get down.
Yeah.
They know how Walt Dolla get down.
Yeah, I know. But first order of business. We have to talk about this fight. We got to talk about this fight, this main event. This is the fight I've been looking for a minute. I know it's some other fights too, but again, George Kambosos Jr., ferocious, and Devin the Dream Haney. Both fighters undefeated. This for all the marbles in the lightweight 135. All right, what do you got? K. Will.
All right. So, like you said, man. Like you said, this is one of those ones. This is one of those ones. No matter how it turned out, it needed to happen, right? So, I think Kambosos is going to apply pressure early, and Devin Haney is going to have to figure him out. Do I think Devin Haney figures him out? Yes. I think Devin Haney figures him out. I think the fight goes the distance. I also think it going the distance could work against Devin Haney, being that it's in Australia. They talking about fair judges and things like that, but I've seen people go across the pond, and if it's close, they tend to go with the hometown, and I guess that would work both ways too. So I think the fight is going to be epic. It's undisputed. It's the first time in the four belt era that it'll be an undisputed 135. So, and then we're going to see that happen a couple more times because the four belt era is a new thing. So somebody unifying the four belts is going to be a first. If it hasn't happened in the division already, it's going to be a couple more firsts, but it's something to see. I think it's an epic fight. And I'm looking forward to every round. I'm definitely going to be watching with a fine-tooth comb. This will tell me a lot about both fighters. I mean, I got so much to say about this,
Well, we're here now. We're here now. So
I mean, it's going to tell me so much about both fighters. You know what I mean? Like, with Kambosos, coming off the Teofimo win, to me, it looked like a solid win, and it looked impressive. You know what I mean? It looked like a win well earned. But there are the doubters out there who kind of like, he got a shot. It was a bad day for Teofimo. Teofimo himself may feel like that as well. But I think that he's coming out to prove that, and I think Devin Haney is in a position to where you have everything to lose, everything to gain, and it's gonna be about which side you turn out on. You know what I mean? Like, he could lose his whole status. He lose this fight. I'm not saying he won't get more fights or things like that, but it definitely be harder to get those championship fights. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to go fight another couple guys. You know what I mean? Take more risks in order to get there. If he wins, though, oh boy, you know, he becomes the king at 135. And by him being the king at 135, you know what that means. I mean, the Clash of the Titans is happening. Like, you have to, it's all Clash of the Titans. Like, take your pick. Yeah, it's like Clash of the Titans at 135. Take your pick. Lomachenko, Tank Davis, Teofimo. Like, you know, take Kambosos too. You know, depending on how this fight go. I could see this being, you know, one of those ones. So I got so much to say, man. So like, you should jump in at any given time.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
When it's a close fight between both, it's evenly matched to me. This I look at this fight, and when fighters are evenly matched, and when it can go 50-50, I gotta look at both fighters. I gotta look at the tape, both fighters, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Devin Haney, to me, he got a very good jab, and he's a good technician. He's a very good. But sometimes he could get careless, and he can be easy to hit, and he get rattled. But to his credit, he do overcome the rattle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So and he gets the victory. He's 27-0. He never lost. So I mean, but again, Kambosos, on the other hand, has a good jab too to set up his openings. So that's gonna be tricky. That's why it's so 50-50. And Kambosos is gonna bring that pressure. He's in Australia, he's at home, the crowd's with him. That feeds a whole different kind of energy. So again, and then Haney again, his father not gonna be with him. So he couldn't get.
What do you think about that? Like, let me ask you, and just because I think that's an important part of this fight. You know, like, he's never fought without his father, like, in his corner, and especially a fight of this magnitude. So it's gonna speak to his mental. You know what I mean? But what do you think about his whole situation with his father not being there? And apparently he's not there because he couldn't fly across seas because some legal issues that he have had in the past. You know what I mean? Wouldn't allow him to fly, and he couldn't get clearance. You know what I mean, for the fight or anything like that, right? I don't know. What do you think about it? Do you think this plays a part, or do you think like it's water under the bridge? Like, what do you think?
No, it's very important. I think it plays a big part because, one, you're in a hostile environment. That's one. Two, I mean, your dad's always been with you, and your dad is the one that corrects you. You know what I'm saying? That's like, I'm gonna use this as an example. That's like when Mike Tyson fought Buster Douglas in Japan. I know none of them from there. Man. He didn't have Kevin Rooney to give him, you know what I'm saying, the wrong things he's doing. And stuff
those
like
adjustments, they matter, man.
Correct. Yeah. So that's very important because his dad always give him the adjustments. Like when Linares had rocked him, man. When he was shaky against who he fought, Jojo Diaz, you know what I'm saying? Yep. He won that fight. I give him that, but he was kind of in no fights. So, and his father, the one that adjusted to what he needed to do to overcome the mistakes. This is very important, though. You need your trainer, and his father being his trainer, and that plays a big part. Already is a tougher stage that because he's not in America, he's in Australia, and Kambosos got that energy too. So that could be a make or break. You know what I'm saying? That could make him be like, okay, that could work on his mental. You know, that he overcame the circumstances that with his father not with him, and he went across the water. So that plays a part.
So he taking. And you know what? That's it. That also speaks. Like, it's so many different things. Like, there's so many different variables to this fight outside of their skill sets. There's things going on outside of the ring for both of them that I think will also play a part, because this is one of those fights where your mental and those things like those adjustments that you talked about are gonna be the difference, right? Like you said, is if when it's evenly matched fights like this, the difference are little things like that. The difference is who got that adjustment in the ninth that allowed them to land that punch, that got them this round. You know what I mean? It's gonna come down to something like that. I don't really see a knockout. I think Devin Haney is skilled enough to not get knocked out, right? Like if he get into a position where the pressure just too much and I think he can jab his way through a fight to 12 rounds, you know what I mean, and stay even off the back foot. So I don't see a knockout, but at the same time, man, like I think these guys gonna both lay it on the line because of what's at stake.
Yeah, it's a lot at stake. It's a lot.
It's a lot at stake.
It haven't been undisputed champion in the 4-belt era, never. But it has been the 3-belt era, and the last one was Steve Pernell Whitaker. So
that's what I'm saying. Right. All right.
So
we done had the Floyd era, the Pacquiao era. Speaking to that, we done had the Floyd era, the Pacquiao era. You could throw in the Shane Mosleys and the Zab Judas. You could throw in several different guys along this path. They didn't unify. Like, so if Pernell was the last 3-belt unification champion,
he's the last one.
I mean, it's not to say that none of those guys couldn't, but it's a deal that it's been that long. That's a thing. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's like the early 90s. Yeah, the early 90s.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy when you think about it, though, bro. Like how with all the fighters that's come through there, that's crazy to think about.
But okay. And speaking of Haney, right? He's an email champion. You know what I'm saying? He ain't nobody for it. They just gave it to him.
Yeah, I get it. But he was, I tell you this how I feel about that, though. This how I feel about that. Let me say this. With all due respect to Devin Haney, that is the way that he received the belt. However, he fought everybody to put himself in contention. He received that and not someone else because he was the number 2 and the next person in line. So he had beat the people that he needed to beat to put him in position. But he didn't beat somebody in the ring. And I think that bothers him too. Like, in the back of his mind, like somewhere where he I just want to put that to bed or shut people up about it,
I'll tell you this, if he do win Saturday, that will validate that. It will.
That will validate it. It would.
So he would probably be a champion. He would probably beat one.
Yeah, it's his game though at that point. It's his game at that point though, right?
Yeah.
Now it's his to lose, and he also got the machine behind him. This will also speak to his team and how good his team is without his father being there too.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be somebody else to listen to now. You got to count on somebody.
Like, who is that? I mean, who is that? I need to know. I need answers. I really do need answers for that.
I do. Because Saturday night. So wait, let me ask you. I know it's gonna be June 5th in Australia, but it'll be June 4th here. Is that how that works? So does it come on Saturday night?
I think it's Saturday night here. It'd be morning there. It'd be morning or afternoon, something like that. So it's still like 9:05 Eastern time, and for me it'd be 6. So and I saw the Zone. Advertising it, but it's airing on ESPN Plus. Yeah, because Kambosos was Haney was Haney
the Zone, right? He
went
Top Rank. And I'm not sure where Devin Haney is because he was with Top Rank. Then he went to the Zone, but it's probably a cross-platform situation where he on the Zone, where he's on the Zone, and Kambosos is on Top Rank. So it's a Top Rank promoted event, right? Yeah. The Zone get to do some cross-platform marketing and things like that for like maybe if you were the Zone subscriber. You can watch. I don't know. I wonder if they're streaming on both. I guess that's kind of what I'm asking. Are they streaming on both?
I I don't know about the zone. I know it's on ESPN.
Yeah, I'm about to look. Yeah,
and even though
I just saw the zone advertising.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever it's.
I'm watching it. Whatever it's on. So, because this is the fight I've been looking for a minute. So, I mean,
Yes.
this was like the top 3 fights I was looking for in this kind of span from January to now. This is one of the fights I'm looking for, including Charlo and Spence, and we ain't get into that. So I just have to talk about this. This is what I've really been looking for, because they so evenly matched and they so close. Like, I can't say Kambosos gonna dominate Haney. I can't say Haney gonna dominate Kambosos. I can't say that because it's so evenly matched. I just gotta see who gonna land a significant punch, who's more busier, and whose jab's gonna open up, go give the openings to, you know what I'm saying, do what they need to do to get the victory. Those are 3 key things I'm looking for with both fighters. I have to see. So
what do you expect? What do you expect to learn after this fight is over? What, depending on who wins, and you can take your pick on which way you want to describe it. What do you learn from this fight about the fighters? What are you looking to learn? Let me ask you that.
From Haney's side, I'm looking for him growth, because I'm watching him grow, you know, each fight, and like, he still had a lot, he still make mistakes, and with him I see growth. With Kambosos, I see growth as well, but also I see him in a victory over Teofimo. It's not a fluke. You know what I'm saying? It's not a fluke at all. You know, and he'll be validated, because they think like Teofimo was off his game, and you know, and Teofimo didn't take him seriously. If that was the case, he would have called for the rematch immediately. So Kambosos is the real deal. So,
I think so.
Or now he's moving up in weight, trying to get at Josh Taylor. I guess that's good for him. But again, George, Kambosos is the real deal. He is, like, for real. So, but that's what I'm looking for. That'd be validation for him that he's going to be in that upper echelon now. People got to respect him if he get this win over Haney. If we do. And for Haney's side, he won't be labeled as the email champion. You know what I'm saying? He'd be labeled as people call him that. Shakur,
they do.
People call him that.
They do.
So
They do. And that gotta sting. That's gotta sting. I think that it does do some credence when we do call him an email champion, to acknowledge the fact that he was in position to be the next in line. Like, he was going to fight the person, or that person had to give him the belt.
Yeah,
he was in that position to get there. So it wasn't like he came from like 5th place and they just was like, we gonna pick you. You know what I mean? Like, I think sometimes it get stated as that, but you know, it is an email. It was, you know.
Because I think it should be like a tournament like they did in the 70s.
I agree.
You know,
I agree. I don't like it either.
That they earned, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he earned it, but like,
I know what you're trying to say. And I agree with you. Like, it's not my chosen way for it to happen. I think that it's the sanctioning bodies trying to grow the sport and understanding the other aspects of the big 4 sports where, you know, they have faces to their sport. And it's their way of giving their sport faces. You know what I mean? Like, we gonna continue to be able to survive as long as we have faces to the sport. And it sucks as a boxing fan because we like fighters. We want, you know what I mean? We want contenders and contention. And we want that controversy and that adversity. But
it's something else though. It's
too many.
Like, it's like I lose count. It's like a regular champion, super duper champion. I know we discussed this like back in when we first started doing the podcast.
We have. You know what we didn't discuss? Me and you didn't discuss. We didn't discuss Tank Davis versus Romello, or not Romello, Rolly. Rolly
Oh,
Romero. Rolly
okay, we can do
Romero.
that, you know.
Yeah.
Tank Davis got the KO victory in the 6th round. I made a video what I thought of the recap.
Yeah. Yeah. And I watched it. It was a good video, man. But
I, I was around off. I mean, I knew he was gonna knock him out. It was gonna be when he was gonna knock him out. I thought it was the 5th. I was gonna be nice. I thought it was gonna be the 2nd, to be honest, because the way Rolly fights. So, but like I said in my video a couple of days ago, like I said, Rolly did some things that I actually like. Now, is it the most beautiful thing you ever saw?
No, it's going. Yeah, no.
But it worked for him. It was better than I thought for him. It was better than I thought. It wasn't a total blowout because, again, like I said, I had Rolly up 3-2. But again, it was a take strategy. Okay, Rolly gonna start fast and he gonna have some moments, but he gonna have that slippage, you know what I'm saying? Or that he need to attack. The cleverest thing kept putting him in the circle, you know what I'm saying? Invite him in, you know what I'm saying? Come on in.
Yeah.
So reckless too. Tank had him with that and he slid away. It was like I said, it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful.
It was science.
It was science. Correct. It was definitely science. And he just slid away without getting countered, whatever. It was so beautiful to watch. And now, what I say about this, I don't think they should have stopped it, but it was going to get stopped late. It was. Because, I mean, he was on his feet. You know,
it was over.
Let's say, but then the ref just like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like,
they could have won another round, I guess. You know,
if he's overcome that, then I think he should have that chance to overcome that knockdown. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I wouldn't rank it off. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't wobbling and nothing like that. He did what the ref say. I think, man, I don't know about that, but I think Rolly was gonna lose anyway. But still, I think just go out your shield. He was hurt, but not like, oh my God, I don't know where I'm at type of hurt. He got caught nicely too. So
so you said a lot. And I see the fight very similar to how you see it. Like the writing was on the wall with me from the jump. Just looking at the two different styles of the fighters, you know what I mean? Like for everything that Rolly did good, he only did it good because he was allowed to. Maybe, and when I say allowed, maybe it was something Tank don't know how to stop, but it's something that could totally be neutralized with a fighter like a Shakur Stevenson or a Devin Haney. Like he couldn't fight them that way. It would be a total lopsided fight. Like maybe they wouldn't knock him out as fast, but it would be a lot of punches to his face. Like that awkward style, like the things that he did good works against a fighter like Tank who don't have an extremely high punch output. Who not, you know what I mean? So, and who also start kind of slow. But once he finds you, because he's a hunter, and the entire fight he's hunting you. So it was only a matter of time before he found Rolly to me, and I saw it with those awkward punches, and it's like, he caught him with that, but like you can't keep throwing that, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, damn, he staggered him with that, but he took that and got back. Like if you miss the next time, that's trouble. You know what I mean? Like everything he did good, I felt like that about. And it was like, okay, it's only a matter of time before he hit the canvas. Now, when he hit him, like you said, it was the science, bro. Like you gotta love boxing. You gotta love that part of the sport. Like the knockout was the knockout, but everything else that went into that knockout, and then even what he did after that knockout was just kind of like, that's skill, bro. That was pretty. Like that.
That knockout reminds me of. And I had to go back at this.
What's that?
That knockout reminds me when Floyd knocked out Ricky Hatton. Remember when
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because remember Ricky Hatton came up and then Floyd hit him and he hit his face in the turnbuckle?
Man, it was so pretty.
That was so skilled. That was skilled. That's my favorite knockout too. One of them.
Like you gotta respect
that. That's beautiful art.
It's art, man. You gotta respect it because it's calculated. Like maybe the knockout wasn't necessarily calculated, but the punch that landed went right where it was supposed to go. You know what I mean? And he fell face first into the ropes.
That's what Tate reminded me of when he did that to Rose.
Yes, it's the same thing because it was that punch right on the button. It was a button. It wasn't even a hard punch. That was not a hard tank punch. He just threw it. You know what I mean? He didn't even like load the shot. Now, as far as him and them stopping the fight and his, I think as a fighter and for all the junk that he talked, give him another round. You know what I mean? Let him get up and let him try. But the reality is he definitely was dazed. And I saw him try to walk and his legs was a little wobbly. He take his 8 second is what I should think they should have did and give him that at least. And if he was good after that, let him go. The ref didn't give him that 8 second, I don't think. And that's really what it was. But like the knockdown, like, bro, it wasn't going to get any better. Like he was going to just ramp up and try to get wilder and more reckless. And you know what? It could have been murder. Because the next one he was going to let go. You know what I'm saying? So the ref just like, I don't know. I can't think and speak for the ref, but it could have been murder. Like he can't fight reckless like that. I think Rolly is going to, moving forward, be able to get in the ring with a bunch of different guys now because he got a little bit of credibility as far as being able to do something against them and something with him. It's somebody he might catch because he does have power. He does have power. But he need a new trainer. He need a new trainer. Yeah, his trainer, maybe his trainer is good to get him to where he is right now. But these next steps in boxing, it's clear that either he not receiving the next steps, or not ready for the next steps, or his trainer don't know how to give him the next steps. Because no way will he just continue to allow him to punch like this.
Who would be a good trainer for him? I say, in my opinion,
Ronnie Shields, somebody like what's my guy, dog? What's my guy? Dang, my guy.
Not Derrick James.
No, because Derrick James, he's not a Derrick James type of fighter. Man, my guy. What you call it?
What about Sugar Hill?
No. I mean, sure, but I don't think no.
No, because Rolly looking for the knockouts, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking about my guy, man. What's my guy's name? Hold on. Why can't I think of his name? Nah, not Ben Davis. Man, hold on. Hispanic guy. Why can't I think of his name? Nah, man, my guy. The guy who fought.
Robert Garcia?
Yes, Robert Garcia. Garcia.
Speaking of Robert Garcia, he about to train Joshua Harden.
Wow.
Music fight. I was like, oh.
I like it and I don't like it. I like it and I don't like it. I like it and I don't like it. I like it because depending on how he planning on fighting Usyk, I like it. I don't like it against a Tyson Fury, and I don't like it against a Deontay Wilder. I'm gonna be honest. I gotta be honest, bro. You know Wilder not out of there, man. He gonna come back to fight somebody.
Like I said last week on the podcast, man, I'm glad Wilder's okay. I'm glad he gets his flowers at his city, his home state, Alabama. I'm glad for that. I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah.
And he said he's coming back. I don't know who he's fighting. I know, thank God, the Fury and him is over with. Thank God.
I hope it never come back. I hope it don't come back.
Never comes back again. And I promise you it won't come back again. It won't.
Yeah.
So that trilogy is over, but he can get the leftovers. Like, I don't think he get Usyk either. He could get like Joshua, the Ruiz.
I think Usyk could give him all he can handle. Usyk will give him. Yeah, Usyk could give him so many problems, but I think he'll fight a Joshua, and I think him like just Joshua chin just ain't been holding up, bro. It's too suspect for me. His chin, he's shown that he could take a punch and get up, sure, but he get knocked down too much, and against a guy like Wilder, it's not gonna be no keep getting up.
Now, if I could get like I said before, if I could get the Wilder in the round 1 against Fury 3, when he was jabbing,
that was a good Wilder. Wilder in the first couple, he was good. He was good, bro. He was.
He was damn good. I was shocked. I was like,
all right, Wilder.
Now watching it, I'm like, oh, he come with the jab. You know what I'm saying? Stepping away. He's not too close. He had his distance. Like I said to everybody, distance is important in boxing. He had his distance. He had his body. He was doing some incredible things. But then,
still don't like what he did to the.
If I could get that against Joshua and others,
that's what I'm saying. He could beat a Joshua with that. He could beat a Joshua with that.
He might, but I don't know. Malik Scott did a good job in the first round.
I still don't like what he did to Mark Breland. I still don't like what he did to Mark Breland. I don't like it.
I didn't either. And Mark Breland is a legend in that 84 team.
I don't like it, bro. It ain't no proof. It ain't no evidence for that, and it just seemed like a cop out,
But the thing, speaking on that Tank and Rolly, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with the undercard, and I said this in my video a couple days ago too. Erislandy Lara, I despise that man. I said it.
Yeah, I know you don't like Lara. Yeah.
But I had to tell you this, man. Like on camera, I had to tell you this.
All right.
I was so impressed with him, though. He's seriously. All jokes aside, I was super impressed. Because while he was fighting, it wasn't like 5 punches. I was gonna circle around the ring. You know what I'm saying? Circle like them Cubans do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He didn't trying to survive. He was fighting, and I was like, I can't believe what I'm watching with him, and I despise this man. And he knocked him out too. Yeah. I never heard the guy he was knocked out, but it's a step up for me. And I asked myself, I'm gonna tell you this: why he didn't do this against Canelo? If he would did this against Canelo, I would respect him even more. I'd be like, I wouldn't even hate him so much. You know what I'm saying?
Canelo a different monster though, man. Canelo a different monster, man.
It is. He is. But I was like, at least mess it up. Like, okay, not that 5, 4, 3 punches around the ring. I hate it. If you go play defense, I don't mind defense. I don't mind that. At least keep pot shotting or something. Like, don't do just 5 punches, maybe to the arm or maybe to the neck a little bit, and then just circle around the ring. I hate it.
Yeah, that's exactly how he fought Canelo. But I think it was him trying to emulate Floyd's style, and in a way, because a lot of people think that what Floyd does is run, but what he really does is learn how to hit you while getting out of the way.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Which to some people is running. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
it does make sense.
Like, he definitely not standing there being a target. So, yeah, he's moving. But he's also throwing punches and also waiting on you to slip. You know what I mean? So,
like, do something.
Yeah, he's giving you something. He's giving you something. He ain't, but he ain't going for the knockout. And that's what I think people wanted to see, because people think he would have lost more that way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Maybe he wouldn't.
I don't
think so. Not with the fighters that was out there. Like, it wasn't really nobody. Like, maybe he would have been against Canelo because of power and size. Like, Canelo was he was bigger than Floyd. Like, let's not forget this. Like,
yeah, he bought the catchweight. Yeah,
He was, yeah, 154, 152. You know.
But I mean, I know it was more than that too. But I mean, he fought in the catchweight. I mean, but still, if you look at that fight, I mean, it was just like it was just art. It was just very art. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it was art. You know what I'm saying? But the shit Lara was doing, that is not art. That's running. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, because he can't do that. He don't really have the skill. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. Like, he don't really have a skill for that.
And that's why nobody don't fight him. He be like, why nobody don't fight him? Because you don't fight. He finally fight this past weekend, the 2 weeks ago, this last weekend, whatever. He finally fight. He finally fought someone, like not the opponent. I'm talking about his style. He finally got in the middle of the ring and stopped running. He ran a little bit, but I take that. That's cool. I know the name of the game is hit someone and not get hit. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely get it. But at some point, you have to engage. You have to.
Gotta engage.
You have to engage enough to win a fight. You have to. You have to. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, but I'm gonna let you go, man. You know, it's always a pleasure talking to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Again, another episode. Oh, before we take off.
All right.
You never told me who won. What's your predictions between Kambosos or Haney?
Oh, all right. Predictions, real quick. I'm gonna go with. It's very tough for me to make this prediction, by the way. First of all, but I'm gonna take Devin Haney in a decision.
Me, I went with Kambosos in a split. At first, I had to draw.
That's a good one, bro.
Episodes before, I had a draw but this got a draw really over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
absolutely.
It does.
But I'm going with Kambosos in a split. I'm sure we both will enjoy it. We are real boxing fans. Yeah. I'm gonna let you go, my brother. I'm Romello Skuggs, talking to my boxing compadre K. Will. We out. Till next time. Peace.
And this is Undisputed Spit. You dig?
I'd buy that for $1.